Instagram just brought out a brand new feature called TikTok, and if you jump on it early, it's going to be a really great, easy opportunity to get a ton of views, exposure, and income from your profile. Wait, sorry, they copied the app, not the name. So it's actually called Instagram Reels, although technically they've just copied and pasted the code. Okay, so jokes aside, how do you actually go about using this brand new feature, Instagram Reels, to grow and monetize your audience on the platform? That's what we're going to be talking about today. But firstly, what's actually happening with this whole TikTok Instagram battle? To sum it up really quickly, TikTok threatens Instagram's supremacy and dominance on the social media landscape. So Instagram have decided to go ahead and copy them, just like they did to Snapchat, which took Snapchat from the next big thing to a pretty average, mundane platform. And it seems like they're trying to get all the TikTokers off TikTok and onto Instagram to then bring Instagram back to the superpower and sort of push off TikTok just to go back to like some average platform that a few people use. But how are they doing this? It's pretty easy. Likes. We're all suckers for some easy exposure and some instant gratification, and Instagram know this, so chances are they're unlocking the algorithm and giving people who use this new feature Reels insane organic reach to get people hooked, and then after a few months, 3, 4, 5, 6 months or so, they will start slowing that down as they do with all of the other platforms that they've controlling, and then everyone will be hooked by that point and no one will probably be using TikTok. Therefore, killing off TikTok is similar to what they did to Snapchat. I mean, obviously people still use Snapchat and people will still probably continue to use TikTok, but it won't be this giant dominant force that it currently is. But why are they doing this? Well, Instagram simply want to be the best, and they make that pretty clear, and TikTok is a big threat to that. Instagram could go ahead and, pay a politician to ban it potentially in their app. That could be a good idea that maybe they could do. Or they could go ahead and buy it for a reported 30 to 50 billion, which supposedly Microsoft is offering. But it's probably just easier for Instagram to copy and paste the code, sacrifice some ad placements to give a bunch of organic growth to people using this new feature, take all the TikTokers onto Instagram because you can make way more money on the platform, and then within, a few months, TikTok sort of died off, they can scale back the organic reach and boom, they're back in number one. Now, what this means for you is likely the first few months of this feature, you'll be able to get some insane organic reach. And even better is it's going to be really, really easy to monetize it, because in general, Instagram is probably the easiest platform to monetize if you know what you're doing, which contrasts TikTok in the fact that TikTok is pretty hard to monetize inside of the app. I mean, I know it's doable, but on Instagram it's very easy. On TikTok it's quite hard, and that's why you notice a lot of people on TikTok sending people to Instagram and then monetizing Instagram. Now, moving on to the more educational side of this video, the way that you're going to get a ton of reach using Reels is going to be quite similar to how it works on TikTok or any social media platform. And that comes down to two words: watch time. If you make content, whether it be Reels, whether it be videos that get great watch time and people just love this content and keep watching it, Instagram will push that to more and more people as it keeps people on the platform for longer, and therefore they can show them more ads and Instagram can make more of a profit. What I've learned from my TikTok friends who are just smashing it on TikTok and will probably start smashing it on Instagram Reels is that the first few seconds of your video are the most important. Because once someone's watched 3 or 4 or 5 seconds of a TikTok, chances are they're going to watch the rest of it. You're not going to commit 10 seconds to a TikTok and then just keep scrolling and not see the punchline. Once you've invested that time, you're going to want to get a bit of a return by seeing what actually happens. However, if the first couple seconds are pretty boring, people will likely just scroll down and it'll get no views. And as on Instagram Reels, the maximum amount of time you can make your video is 15 seconds compared to the 60 seconds on TikTok. Hooking people in those first 2 to 3 seconds is going to be crucial. The other thing you're going to need to understand, and this is also probably quite similar to TikTok, a lot of people consume Instagram without the sound on. They might be at work, they might be at school, they might be on public transport, they might be just going for a walk, or they might just be at home and not have sound on. Which means, especially for those of you who are educators or speaking to the camera, which you might be a comedian, you might be an educator, you might be an entertainer, any of that sort of stuff there, your chances are going to want to put subtitles or at least some form of text on the screen to engage people who don't have the sound on. And that way you can either do the whole video without someone listening to you because they just get the subtitles, or your text is intriguing enough for people to actually turn the sound on, put headphones in, whatever it might be, to actually listen to it. So hook people in the first few seconds, add subtitles or text, What else do we need to do to go viral with Reels? Well, to be completely honest with you, since this feature is so new and so few people are using it right now, if you can talk about something exciting and follow those two things, as well as have a decent quality of video and audio, chances are that'll be enough to go viral for the first few months. Now, like I've mentioned earlier in this video, the really cool thing about this new feature is it brings like the viral growth of TikTok onto a platform such as Instagram, which has got really great monetization potential. And on top of this, you can retain followers on Instagram and keep your engagement up much better than you can on TikTok. As the problem with TikTok was, whilst it was really easy to grow an audience, it was extremely hard to monetize unless you knew what you were doing. And Instagram to a degree is the same, but it is much easier for someone who doesn't know what they're doing to make an income on Instagram compared to TikTok. On top of this, TikTok is a very viral based app. You can get 1 million views on your first video. That is entirely possible. And then your next 5 could get 1,000 views, because it's just all about the For You page and not so much about the following, whereas Instagram is the other way around. If you get a bunch of Reels go viral and bring in an audience, they can then follow you and they can see all of the content you're putting in the feed, which means it's much easier to retain and build that following. Now, the solution to this, which people were using in the past on TikTok, if they wanted to build a longer lasting audience that survives longer than their viral hit on TikTok, was they would build their TikTok audience and send people to YouTube and Instagram, where they could better monetize and build a long-term following. One major flaw in this is that people who follow you on TikTok don't really tend to follow you on Instagram. It's only a very small percentage. Although at the same time, it is the most loyal ones who come through, which means that your Instagram has insane engagement if you grew it from TikTok. Same as if you grow an audience on YouTube, chances are your Instagram engagement is through the roof. Like one of my friends, for example, Poku Banks, has got like 210,000 followers on TikTok, yet on Instagram he's got about 12,000 or so. So only about 5% of his TikTok audience came through to his Instagram. Although he gets like 30% engagement, which is just insane because it's the most loyal people who came across. Same with another one of my friends, Sarah, who talks about personal finance. She's got like 350,000 followers on TikTok and I think about 20,000 on Instagram, which again is approximately 5% of her TikTok audience has come across to her Instagram. And now Reels has created a great solution here. People can create this TikTok style content which goes viral and reaches a ton of people, and then they get the followers on an app that is considerably easier to monetize and build a long-term brand on. As you can monetize through stories, through people DMing you, which is much easier to do considering you couldn't really DM people that easily on TikTok unless you were following each other. So my advice to anyone watching this video is to get on Reels now and go hard as soon as possible. Whilst it's still new and whilst the user base is massive, and yet the amount of content on Reels is tiny. Less competition means more exposure, because if you can make a video and there are 1 billion active users and there are like 10,000 people making Reels, you're going to get a lot more exposure than in a month or 2 or 3 months time when there might be the same 1 billion active users, but there might be 100,000 or 1 million people creating Reels, which means that you're either going to get like 10% or 1% of the organic reach that you would have if you'd started right now, right after this video, after you, of course, liked and subscribed. And that pretty much wraps up this video. What you need to do is get on Reels right now, post some videos, make them engaging, have good lighting, have good video, have good audio, make it interesting, add some text, all that stuff there, and you've got a very easy chance to just go massively viral, build a huge audience, and turn it into cash. I'm going to be posting a ton of Reels and testing out this feature on my Instagram account at IG with Josh. It's the one that I've been growing, giving away a ton of Instagram tips on that account, and I'm just going to be building that up and probably going to take advantage of this feature whilst it's new. So if you want to see those videos, make sure you follow me on that Instagram. I will probably also do a YouTube video in 1 to 2 months time and just talk about my experience with Reels. I'll probably post a ton over the next sort of couple months and then do a video showing the results from doing so. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn notifications on so you don't miss out, and like the video if you haven't already, as it does help us reach new people. Thank you for watching. I will see you all in the next video, and wishing you the best of luck with your Instagram Reels.